So now we have our components scanned and registered. We can come out and we can create a model. So we'll hit the new model button here, and we're going to create a model for our login screen. So we'll create that model. We'll open that up. It's going to open the model editor view. And what you'll see on the right hand side is that we can open up our components folder, open up login, and we have the email, password, and sign in. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is open a browser, which exists in our web UI actions here. If we hit open browser and we select custom rules, we have the ability to enter a URL in here to navigate to the specified URL in the browser. We want to go to the login page here. And if we type that URL first, so we know that's good, let's paste that in. And now we're going to open our login page. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to enter a username or an email. So we'll come out and we'll hit to send keys here. Hit the import button, which is going to have our email embedded. Now for the valid username, you'll see we've got one down here, which we're just going to override and paste into our data variable screen. We'll add an equals, we'll put that in quotes. We've got our valid email, got our invalid email. The next one that we're going to do is the password. So let's take that, let's do the same again. We'll import, change the data variable on our password to the one that's here. So let's paste that in, put it in quotes because the @ symbol caused a few problems. And the final thing we're going to do is click the sign in button. And then what we're going to do is we're going to close the browser, which exists under our Katalon web UI actions that exist out of the box. So if we enter a valid username, password, and everything, we should end up success. Otherwise, we're going to drop off with some kind of error. So let's model that out as so. And we'll then do a relayout and take a look. And what you'll see here is we have our model, which represents when we successfully end up registering or logging in. And then we've got our 2 when we end up with an error. Now, what might be useful here is if we also close the browser at this point. So let's just modify our model to include that. But this represents our complete login model that we have. And when we're ready, we can now come in, hit this generate button to generate the paths through the model. So here we'll end up with 3 paths. So, and finally, what we can do is we can click the run button and generate the automation, which we'll do in the next part of the series.